History remembers what happened, but it is shaped by moments when everything could have turned another way. A decision, a journey, a single moment. This is where we explore them. When history turned. Do you ever imagine a city where every street smells of cinnamon and printer's ink? Where strangers from far ports bargain at sunrise?
In a city called New Genoa, a courier named Amara rides a loaded bicycle through alleys paved with reused marble. She slips between stalls where paper and porcelain sit next to microscopes and carved astrolabes. Students from distant universities sit in cafes copying treatises by hand, while a municipal press reproduces pamphlets in several scripts. Ships unload bales of silk and crates of compiled observations from scholars who never had to flee plagues. The markets are dense because families never vanished. Guilds pass knowledge continuously, from master to apprentice for generations.
That's vivid. Tell me about everyday life there. What does it feel like compared to what we know?
The air is always louder. More voices, more specializations. Crafts that in our timeline disappeared with decimated towns persist. There are trades dedicated to coastal hygiene, to rodent control, to paper sizing imported from distant ports. Universities never emptied. Curricula evolved by continuity rather than reinvention.
When did that line diverge? At what precise moment did the path split from ours?
Think of the mid-14th century. Imagine the chain of infections that in our history became a shock in that timeline. The chain never completed across the Mediterranean and into European ports.
Explain what you mean by the chain never completed. I need the context to picture it historically. In our chronology, the agent moved along ships and caravans into dense towns. The divergence hinges on three factors that coincided: a seasonally earlier set of port quarantines, a slight shift in rodent ecology around eastern ports that reduced contact with crews, and a less virulent expression of the same bacterium in coastal reservoirs. Together, they interrupted sustained transmission before the pathogen became established in European urban networks.
So the change is clear. In that timeline, the Black Death does not reach Europe, 14th and 15th centuries. Towns maintain artisan lineages. Manuscript workshops expand alongside presses, producing multilingual technical manuals. Mediterranean ports deepen ties with eastern shipyards and the Indian Ocean world, because trade never fractured.
16th and 17th centuries. Larger urban populations accelerate specialized crafts. Hospitals and scientific ateliers multiply in cities rather than emerging as isolated renaissances. State bureaucracies invest earlier in public health as part of routine administration.
18th and 19th centuries. Industrial techniques diffuse through a dense network of skilled artisans and continuous apprenticeship systems. Technical sketches and observational data circulate regularly, changing the pace and direction of innovation.
20th century. Public health infrastructures and vaccination programs build on centuries of uninterrupted medical practice. Universities form layered consortia. Collaboration is institutionalized rather than repeatedly reconstructed.
Today, cities are larger and more continuously occupied. Markets teem with imported goods and printed treatises in multiple scripts, and everyday academic exchange is routine. The ordinary scene you pictured is the product of sustained demographic and intellectual continuity.
When you say it, answers, you mean the ordinary smell of cinnamon and ink is a product of uninterrupted exchange, not a single golden age. Precisely. The absence of that rupture lets population growth and knowledge exchange proceed cumulatively. More hands to learn, more continuity in skills, more trust in long-distance networks. The small, everyday pleasure you named becomes historically plausible because of sustained continuity.
If this wasn't the only timeline you'd like to visit, subscribe.